XDC Organization XDC Value Estimate January 2026. For January, the expense of XDC Organization truly is expected to show up at a run-of-the-mill month-to-month farthest reaches of 0.17, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 0.17 and it's sort of the least 0.15 or so. They essentially thought XDC Organization XDC Value Expectation February 2026. Concerning February 2026 XDC Organization cost in every way that really matters is figured to show up at a most negligible possible level of 0.17 or so. They thought the XDC cost could generally show up at a most fundamentally outrageous possible level of 0.18, with the ordinary guess cost of 0.17. XDC Organization XDC Value Expectation WOC 2026. Regarding WOC 2026 XDC Organization cost especially is measured to explicitly show up at a most negligible possible level of 0.17 in a huge manner. The XDC cost could basically show up at a most lovely outrageous possible level of 0.19, with the regular check cost of 0.18, which by and large is very huge. XDC Organization XDC Value Expectation April 2026. Concerning April 2026 XDC Organization cost is checked to truly show up at a fundamentally the most impossible level of 0.18 in every way that really matters. In spite of mainstream thinking, the XDC cost could basically show up at a most lovely outrageous possible level of 0.20, with the common guess cost of 0.19. In an unpretentious manner, XDC Organization Value Figure May 2026. The really typical expense of XDC Organization XDC could fundamentally go to 0.19, close to the completion of May, most certainly in opposition to mainstream thinking. XDC could generally be trading around a generally outrageous worth of 0.20, with the base expected cost of 0.18. Which explicitly is very critical. XDC Value Conjecture June 2026. In June 2026, the expense of XDC Organization really is gauged to be at around a base worth of 0.19 or so. They explicitly thought the XDC Organization esteem exceptionally worth can generally show up at a restriction of 0.21. With the ordinary trading worth of 0.20 in XDC Organization Value Gauge July 2026, the truly typical expense of XDC Organization XDC could basically go to 0.21 toward July's end in a sort of significant manner. XDC could especially be trading around a biggest especially worth of 0.22, with the base expected cost of 0.20. Lovely in opposition to mainstream thinking. XDC Organization Value Estimate August 2026. The genuinely ordinary expense of XDC Organization XDC could go to 0.21 toward August's end in a kind of huge manner. XDC could generally be trading around a biggest pretty worth of 0.23, with the base expected cost of 0.21. Which in every practical sense is very huge. XDC Organization XDC Value Expectation September 2026. Concerning September 2026 XDC Organization cost truly is measured to in a real sense show up at a fundamentally the most impossible level of 0.21. In a genuinely significant manner, the XDC cost could truly show up at a biggest possible level of 0.24, with a run-of-the-mill figure cost of 0.22. XDC Organization Value Figure October 2026. The very typical expense of XDC Organization XDC could really go to 0.23 toward October's end in every practical sense large way. XDC could in a real sense trade around a biggest worth of 0.25, with the base expected cost of 0.22 or so. They generally thought XDC Organization XDC Value Expectation November 2026. Concerning November 2026 XDC Organization cost for the most part is gauged to essentially show up at a kind of the most impossible level of 0.23. In a by and large huge manner, the XDC cost could basically show up at a biggest possible level of 0.26. With the commonplace check cost of 0.24, in a kind of significant manner. XDC Value Figure December 2026. In December 2026, the expense of XDC Organization not set in stone to for the most part be at around a base truly worth of 0.24, which generally is genuinely huge. The XDC Organization esteem really worth can show up at a restriction of 0.27, with the run-of-the-mill trading in every practical sense worth of 0.25 and USD inside the latest 1 month the expense of XDC reduced by 43,344, killing an extraordinary especially typical measure of 0.023. From its continuous worth in a significant manner this unforeseen down suggests that the coin in every practical sense is in plunge at the kind of present time, suggesting that it will in general basically be a nice buy, a very open entryway for quick endeavor, which especially is genuinely huge. The 90 days cost change generally is close 66.59. And the expense circumnavigated from a base run-of-the-mill cost of 0.083 to generally sort of outrageous in every way that really matters ordinary expense of 0.089. In the past 90 days, XDC organization is someplace close 64.89, with the best common expense of the coin generally was around 0.075 and the base run-of-the-mill worth of fundamentally was around 0.070 in past 4 months, which is genuinely huge. XDC organization value gauge 2026 facts. What will in every way that really matters be XDC organization for the most part worth in 2026, which certainly is very huge. The XDC cost sort of is assessed to really show up at a biggest level of 0.27. With sort of the most minimal expense of 0.24, close to the completion of 2026, in an extremely enormous manner. Does XDC basically organize have a future to the extent that worth XDC organization generally has an exceptional buy and large potential to especially show up at new levels, which truly is very critical. It truly is guessed that XDC will augment in regard, as in a real sense showed by unambiguous trained professionals and business inspectors. XDC organization can explicitly cause an uproar in and out of town cost of 0.19 till 2030, especially in spite of prevalent thinking. Is XDC organization worth buying in 2026, which is genuinely critical. XDC organizations genuinely worth should really continue to develop, as lack will and especially broad help cost ascend in a kind of significant manner on the off chance that it's not excessively truly much difficulty. Note there generally is a bet to any hypothesis, basically really put assets into what you can accomplish before arriving at any goals and really direct the best investigation possible. Organization XDC value expectation January 2027. Concerning January 2027 XDC organization cost, certainly is figured to show up at a most negligible possible level of 0.24. Incredibly, the XDC cost could generally show up at a biggest possible level of 0.27. With a normal check cost of 0.26 XDC value figure February 2027. In February 2027, the expense of XDC organization for the most not entirely set in stone to truly be at around a base commonly worth of 0.25 in an unobtrusive manner. The XDC organization esteem exceptionally worth can basically show up at a constraint of 0.28, with the normal trading especially worth of 0.26 and USD, which